Hi everybody, welcome back. It's good to be with you again. Sorry it's been a while. Also sorry my last 7 videos got taken down regarding the reading of this book. I didn't think it had a copyright on it, but there is a tiny little bit on the bottom of a page stating that there is copyright, so I shouldn't have read that out really. My bad. Looking at another thing is that I got this Book of Enoch, I don't know, about 10 years ago, maybe a bit longer. 2009, no, it's about 10 years ago, yeah. Published by Osiris, and it's got that on one of their first pages in there. This Book of Enoch I actually paid 50 quid for, and at the time it was great. It inspired me and I read it, and the first half of the book is actually written by Dr. Keneally, who apparently was like running 3 different secret societies at the same time at some point around 100 years ago. And this book was only published in 2007, but he wrote them writings then, transcribed the Book of Enoch then, apparently, and apparently Osiris, the book publishers in the UK, got the opportunity to publish it, and that they've sold it. The whole point of me bringing both of them books up is I do wonder now, if you've got to pay for a book, is it really inspired by God? You know, if someone's claiming copyright to it, I'm not saying Enoch isn't inspired by God, but maybe this version has changed in it. And one thing I didn't notice when I first read it years ago, when I first got it, this Book of Enoch, but what I have noticed now quite easily as I will go through it, is it tries to cover up the earth is flat, and it kind of talks of the earth as a globe, and it uses the word globe and stuff. And it just makes me wonder now, if we've got to pay for this so-called truth, whether it's written by pagans of the past or written by secret society rulers, if we've got to pay for it, then is it really inspired by God? That's just a question I wanted to put out there. Yeah, that if you've got to pay for it, then someone's made their opinion and they're charging you for their opinion. It's just a way I'm kind of seeing it anyway. Anyway, other things I wanted to talk about. This book, really interesting book, A New Magical Light. Got it off of Captain Kirk. If you don't know who Captain Kirk is, get over to his YouTube channel after this video. It's got so much history there, worth watching and learning. But this book, excuse me, Lumen de Lumen, or A New Magical Light, discovered and communicated to the world, published in I651. It's a philosopher's book, and let me tell you now that it is not easy to read, but it is nonetheless extremely interesting. It goes on about the Mercury and the Earth and stuff, and a whole new way of seeing things compared to what most other people around these times was leading us to learn. But I won't tell you too much about it, but it does tell you, like the other philosopher, the book I did called Philosophical Epitaph, it relates philosophy to the creation, and this book does that as well. I won't read out any particular bits because, like I say, trying to read it is quite difficult at this size, and then on some pages it goes quite faded, or you miss ends of words because of the print. But anyway, unfortunately I can't find the link for this again either. I was talking with Captain Kirk yesterday, and we're both struggling to find it, but if I do find it, I'll put it on the next video I make after finding that link, and then I'll let you know in that video. So yeah, it's definitely a really good book, and if you can find it, do. I think I got it on archive.org, but like I say, I went looking for it and I couldn't find it on there, so I don't know if it's been taken down or not. But if no one can find it anywhere, then I'm sure I should be able to email this book to email addresses or whatever. So yeah, I haven't made much videos lately, but I have been watching videos, and a couple of the ones I wanted to show, a couple of new things I wanted to put out there is this, for example. Magnetic effect on plants is basically putting magnets in soil, and how it helps plants grow a lot better. And some plants work differently, that if you hold the north in one way, it will benefit it, or the south in one way, it will benefit it. But generally it seems to work better that the magnet works better with the roots rather than with the plant, so it's better that it's under the soil. But there's not that much on it, but all the videos I did find on this are all around 4 to 6 years old, and there's not really anything more recent. I don't know if people are trying to quieten it down, but what I can find about it is really interesting. And going along with the ancient architecture, where you have vibrations going through the buildings from the atmosphere, and the construct of the towers that are picking up the vibrations at that height, you know, you could have the buildings permeating these vibrations, certain frequencies. You've also got magnets in the ground, potentially if you put copper sheets down as well. I don't know. I'm not too clued up on magnets and that, but if you did what we currently basically know about magnets to plants, that maybe we could bring back the giant food again. I don't think it'd be that difficult. I also saw another thing where another video yesterday where people were running wires up from out of their soil, and then like holding them straight, but then running charge through them, and they were basically creating a magnetic field a certain distance around the wire, and it seemed that if you had your plant growing within it, it could help it ever more. So at the moment we know the natural ways of growing, which is, you know, put a seed in soil, water it and give it light and good temperature, and nurture it and let it grow. But you know, these might have been the ways of the past of growing naturally by having magnets. You know, before all the mud flooding, you know, if the overall Earth's ground levels were lower and the plane is some sort of magnetic plate, then of course that would have helped the food grow better then as well, along with the clean atmosphere and everything. Another video I've put on my lights just because I wanted to get out there is, I'm not really into politics or anything. I don't really see the point in there, other than being there to increase their governing strength and the government, which is supposedly meant to govern. But about a week before Boris Johnson got ruled back in to rule England, the UK again for a few more years, he made this speech to the UN, and it's a really interesting speech. But I was pretty certain as soon as I heard it that he was going to basically win the polls, because he talks about how technology is getting smarter, and if we don't invent with intent, then sooner or later our technology will take over us in a way. But yeah, if you should listen to it. It's quite a good video, and I think it's the reason he got put in power, because he's brought out a point that most other politicians don't publicly talk about. The other one I wanted to bring up was the rotation of liquid mercury. There's quite a few videos on this, but looking at the ancient architecture and the lighting at night, it's possible that in all the metallic patterns and stuff, there was rivets and kind of like drainage systems, but that kind of looped around on themselves, and that the mercury flowed around these, and then at night, you know, with the vibrations from the atmosphere, the charge, it would cause the mercury to glow, and this would cause lighting at night. This isn't. I haven't got evidence for this, but this is just how it's coming to me by watching these videos and thinking it would be logical to do so. But a lot of this past, you know, people probably didn't need to work or have jobs a long time ago. If you've got this much gold, this much architecture already there, you know, everything's there waiting for you. You've got free energy, you've got a life of everything you could ever want. And, you know, maybe it was in having everything that people devised a plan to create a world of scarcity and nothing, and to basically keep the rest for themselves. And we're still here, I suppose. Yeah, other things I wanted to talk about were, I wanted to go for a little walk down Antarctica. So what I found is if you go on Antarctica, there are places that you can actually go to. But as you can see, I've only got 3 Google Maps open, and the reason for that is when you zoom out enough, the only places you can go to in Antarctica where people have taken pictures and publicly uploaded them is the 3 points where continents reach towards Antarctica. So this one, it will be the bottom of South America. As you can see, there's points there, but no others really around the sides. It's just literally around there. And then on this one, it was underneath Africa. Once again, as you can see, there's some directly underneath Africa, but no more around there. So bearing flat Earth in mind, you know that this 25% edge of Antarctica isn't the surrounding of a continent, but it's the surrounding of the Earth entirely. And then the third one, which is funny because you've got all these apparent stations everywhere. This one is underneath New Zealand. Well, as you can see, they're all there. These ones, there's one there right in the middle, but it won't let you land on it. So I'll keep trying it every day, but it won't let me. But anyway, on this one, what I found was there's walkways. You can actually go for a walk in Antarctica. So we'll do a quick walk, for example. And what I noticed when I did this was, you know, there's not that much ice there. There is, but not that much, you know. And these rocks and boulders look like when you go, I don't know, into the east and you see all the buildings destroyed from the ancient past, and you've got all the stones piling up around it. Excuse me. But to me, it don't look as cold as we're led to believe. And look at these rocks. I mean, that's a straight line for a rock. I mean, that could be natural, I suppose, but different types of rocks as well. So you can see the camera this guy's holding is like bigger than his head. I don't want to spend too long on any one point of Antarctica because there's loads, but there are a few points I wanted to bring up while I've got the time here. So let's go to one of the other ones quickly. So we'll go a bit further inland. This one is from South America, and if you go into any of the books I've shared on previous videos, a lot of trying to get into Antarctica was around this area through South America and then around here. around this way, around Antarctica, as they were going towards Australia, or Terra Australis at them times. But if we go in here, I'll just zoom in a bit, because more points appear sometimes. Maybe not. Anyway, right, so here's a plane with a whole bunch of people. That's what I would normally think Antarctica to be like, you know, just ice everywhere. Clouds and floor look the same colour. Vehicles specially made. And then, you know, planes with protectors on their propellers and stuff. People all wearing suitable clothing. Then you go to other pictures. It's just another plane. Just go up here. So here, and you got, is that Mother Mary or something made of gold, maybe, being worshipped? You got all this stuff here, and if you watch Joranism's video, watch his channel, sorry, a few months back he was trying to book a flight to Antarctica and go there, and the amount of restrictions that basically he was told were placed on him, it was unreal. You know, it was literally, he would die out there. There's just no way that anyone could survive on the conditions that they were doing. But yet you see people over a building and putting all this stuff, and you can see that he's not even wearing any gloves. It's not that cold out. They've got all their windows open, you know. Can't be that cold there. And you've got all this going on, all the way in the distance, all the way down the mountain. And then over here you can see a bit of water and more Antarctica. I just can't understand why it's okay for all this to be built. I also think that this platform that this is on, and same again there, are natural, and that they were a part of this rock formation, because I mean, well, who would make that like that? What is it? So I think that they were there before and they've been painted on and built on to cover up that. I could be wrong, but that's just the way I'm thinking at the moment. Anyway, so let's crack on to another bit. There's Rothschild's Island there. I don't have much time there in the there from the boat, so trying to get back onto the island, or onto the outland. Right, so here's some more bits. Here once again, that looks like it's supposed to, you know, ice everywhere. I want to find the pictures that I saw when I first opened these up. Yeah, unfortunately, where it says all them stations, I can't fall onto them either. There's no pictures there. It just claims that they're stations in them places at the moment. It's got a little weather station device or whatever. So this is like the Chinese area, I suppose. Right. Excuse me. So I think it's down here on this third section where a lot of the things I'm trying to find are there. Let's try that. Ultimately, there's pictures, a lot of pictures where people just don't have any gloves on, don't look cold, the surroundings don't look that cold. I'm not saying that they're not, I'm just saying that it can't be -50 if you're just wandering around with no gloves on all the time. Maybe they went in the summer, oh, I'm not sure. All I know is it's strange. Doesn't this all look like it's melted or once been put on fire? Just crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, the craziest thing I did see, I think it was on the American lot somewhere on one of these. There's a way that, oh look, penguins in Antarctica. There's a way, how do you do it again? I think it's, yeah, it's like this. Oh no, that's not it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be messing around or whatnot. Ultimately, there was a place where I found what seemed like 3 or 4 American soldiers maybe, and they're standing around taking a 360 panoramic snapshot of themselves, and one of the guys there, he's literally got light around his entire body. Now I can only think of that being 2 things when you look at the picture as a whole, is that A, he's some sort of angel and the camera picked up on it, or B, he's photoshopped in, but there is no way that the light is hitting him as the way he appears. It's difficult for me to explain, but there's not that many places in Antarctica we can look at. So if anyone does feel like checking it out anytime, do, and see if you find it. You have to basically expand this bit in order to see the bit around. But when you do this, you can just literally fast move to all the points. Look, he's got no gloves on. Can't be that cold. What is that white thing there? What is that white thing? Are they littering everywhere? So yeah, I don't know where that guy is. But yeah, please do. Please get on here, anyone, someone. check it out. Notice how there's actually loads of people down there. It's not actually frozen all over like we're led to believe, although most of it still is, no doubt. And all this rubble, it looks like it was destroyed, and not just by a flood. It looks like it was in use at some point and it was destroyed. All these people look quite elderly. You know, pick up a penguin. So yeah, basically this is all I wanted to do for today, just to let you know that I'm still here, that I didn't take my videos down. They were taken down because I read copyright material, which I shouldn't have. And yeah, I'll look out for something else, and I'll be with you again soon. I hope you enjoyed. Take care and God bless.